Good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend and a good trading day. All right, we're going to jump right into the stocks that we picked last week, analyze them, and then go right into one good stock going into tomorrow. Okay, let's get right into it, and we're going to check out AQST. Now, I've been bullish on this stock for a while, right? It looked like it was setting up for the majority of last week. So let's analyze it and then see what should happen tomorrow. Again, operative word should. So here we go. Let's take a look. First 30-minute candle gapped up, great, right? Right above this value area. Remember, these are 30-minute candles. Each candle represents a 30-minute time frame. So what did it do? It gapped up above this. I thought it was going to be a banner day. It made the high of the day, the first 30-minute, and then it sold off. Now, I kept it. Usually you'd want to sell after that first 30-minute gets taken out. And the only reason why I did it, well, for two reasons, was because it was above this value area high, gapped up above that, and then on the midpoint Bollinger Band right here, take a look. It just rode this midpoint the whole day, right? Now, if it started closing below this, I would have to probably, just take a loss or just close out my position, but it didn't. And so I'm thinking this stock, unless again, the whole market just tanks tomorrow, this stock has a really good probability of going higher tomorrow and probably challenge that recent high of what was it, like 550 or so. So that's setting up extremely nicely. Second stock we had on the list was DAN. Let's bring up DAN. Now I almost got shaken out of this stock, right? Because let's take a look at the day's action, right? Remember, we liked it. We had got in the 1270 area. It was just bouncing around, it was making these lower lows, which was a little bit concerning. And then right in the first 30-minute candle, it kind of came down, took all these stops out, right? And I almost got shaken out, but it happened so quickly that I just stayed in and I said, you know what? I'm just going to put my stop loss down at 1229. It was originally at 1233. And remember, these are always mental stops, right? Because I'll put in alerts and then have mental stops when to take these take my loss out. I just don't trust market makers. Too many times they come down, take them out, and then bring the stock price back up. So again, these are always mental stops that I have. All right, so look what this did. So this was great, right? It did that first 30-minute low, and this just did the opposite. It just made higher highs all day, and it finished near the day's high, which is a great sign. I think the stock is setting up so nicely going into tomorrow. I'm going to try to take a look at the first 30-minute candle, see if it's good volume, and if we could punch through on that one. And I think we're off to the races, challenging that $13.18 barrier from about a week to 10 days ago. All right, so let's check PGTI. We got into PGTI about $17, and this has been like a little slow rider. It's up 50 cents today. Really nice price action all day. Nothing crazy, no volume to speak of, but it's nice. It's making these higher highs. Look, first 30-minute candle, nice little green candle up here. Then it kind of sold off just a little bit, and it kind of based, and then made another little spike. So this is like the perfect, situation where it's above this value area high. Traders are willing to pay more for this stock, and I gotta believe this is going to go to $18.50, maybe even $19 in a short period of time. And the reason why I say that is if you look at the daily, right? Again, it's breaking above this pendant flag that we had said from last week. And the next point of resistance is right here, this $18 mark. And then after that, it's $18.48. So I just have a feeling that the stock is set up to go much higher. All right, so let's move on to the next stock. That was STNG. So this was a bad one. I was hoping for STNG to really bust out of this area right here, but it didn't. Let's take a look at that intraday action first, and then we'll take a look at the bigger picture of the stock. All right, so it had closed right up in this here, right above that value area high, and I really felt with a good market day today, this was going to go higher. So look at this price action. It made that first, just like DAN, it came down, came up, and I'm like, okay, this is setting up. It took out those stops. It's going to go higher from from here on out. But unfortunately, it didn't. Look at this. It just it couldn't break that first 30-minute high, and it sold off. So I got stopped out right here at 1308. So look, this is going to be on my. I still like the stock. I really like it. I'm just going to try to minimize my losses and maximize my gains. Right. That's why I'm still in AQST. That's why I'm still in DAN, because these stocks are set up to go higher, and when they do, they're going to be big winners for us, and that's what we need. Again, I still like it. I still kind of like the chart. We're kind of bottom feeding here, but moving forward, I really believe once it breaks that $13.37 area, it's going to move a lot higher. In fact, that's why I have it. I put an alert on there. It's going to still be on my watch list, but unfortunately, I got stopped out, and I'm going to move on to a stock that I'm going to tell you about later. So the next stock that I had said from last week on Friday that looked promising going into this week is ADS, right? All right, let's take a look at the day's action. So even with the market being up today, this sold off. And you know what? It doesn't really surprise me. It had that good earnings report. It kind of popped on that and it slowly sold off. Who knows? Maybe it just wants to close this gap and then move from there. That would be great. I'm watching it. Take a look at that first 30-minute action. It kind of bounced here, made it, made that low. It could make a higher high, but you know what? It retested the low midday and it closed right about 55 cents lower. So this is one that we want to definitely keep on our watch list. As soon as the technicals turn around on this, this is going to run. And I say that because it had good earnings, right? It had good earnings. Oppenheimer, even though they cut their rating on it to a market perform, I still think this stock has a lot of room to run to the upside. So we're gonna keep this on our watch. I set an alert. Monitor it tomorrow and then make a play either today or tomorrow. All right. So after ADS, I had mentioned another company called AVDL. AVDL. This is a pharmaceutical company. It came on my watch list on Friday. It had really good volume spike right here of about 727,000 shares, right? And usually this is an indicator of a move higher. Now, if you take a look at where the value area is this, right? It made that spike to 910. It sold off since then. It's kind of basing it, but it's above this value area high. So for the last 20 days, we're at a higher price. So traders are willing to pay more for this company right now, which is always a great sign. We're going to watch that 30-minute candle tomorrow and then make a decision if it's going to be a gap and go or just a gap and just or a no play basically. So we're going to monitor it. I still like it. Again, I like it because of that big volume. It was either some short covering that happened over here, or maybe an institution or someone wants to take this higher. And I think it's the latter, to be honest with you. I think there's something going on that is going to propel this company higher. Again, the intraday, the daily, the 5 is above the 13 right here on this. On the 9 weekly, it's barely higher right here, but I think by the end of the week it'll be higher. And then on the Bollinger Band, it did close above this midpoint. So we're going to monitor it and see if we can, take a position here tomorrow. So I do have one stock for tomorrow. A friend of mine, Chris from the Bay Area, pointed this out. He asked me what I thought about it technically, and I took a look, and I really, really like it. I think it's setting up nicely. The company is PBR. I do not have a position on it. I wish I would have, because I would have gotten in at about 910 or so when he had mentioned it, but I was monitoring other things, and I just wanted to make sure I could give this stock to you before I took a position in it myself. So let's take a look at the intraday action of this on the stock. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. All right, so again, it kind of gapped. It opened about even. Yeah, it opened maybe a few pennies lower, but it ran the whole day. It ran up the whole day, and in fact, it's above this value area of 917. That value area high closed above that. Great sign. I think if it takes out that 938, we're going to have a nice move to the upside. This is setting up so nicely for a 10% move from here. I could see this easily over $10 by the end of the week. Again, unless oil just completely falls apart or the market falls apart, I think there'll be a nice little tailwind um, with going forward on this stock. Let's take a look at the daily and then the weekly SMAs. All right, look at this. This is a beautiful, beautiful green candle today. The 5 is above the 13, which I love. And then on the 9 SMA weekly, it's above that. In fact, take a look at this. This is almost like a, um, a bull flag pendant forming. So if we can just take out this recent high of the 938, actually 968, the stock will most likely close this gap of 1058. So that's a nice return on a short period of time. So again, tomorrow watch the first 30-minute candle. If it takes that out, maybe play this on a pullback to this midpoint Bollinger Band, which maybe you could get in at 910, 915. It'll be a great entry for this stock with a stop loss right around, I would say, 880. So, all right, well, those are the recap of last week's stocks, and we gave you another one, PBR, um, Petróleo Brasileiro, Petrobras, I thought it was. And let's make some money tomorrow. Again, my name is Eric. You can reach me at eric@valueareatrader.com. That's Eric at valueareatrader.com. Please email me with any questions on any technical analysis that you might have on any stock. And if you like this channel, please subscribe, like it, do what you have to do, listen every day. I love having you here. And remember, always trade smart and be safe.